Today I'm going to go over this little drawer system I bought at a yard sale for $3. I like the fact that the frame on it was metal. I want to put a top on it. I'm going to try to put rollers on the bottom, and I'm going to line the drawers with material so things can't fall through. The newer ones are all plastic on the outside and the wheels are a plastic. I'm going to take these wheels I had. I'm going to spray paint the outside black, but I'm going to tape this part so that the black doesn't get on the carpet. My plan is to redo my craft room, paint it up and just completely redo it. Okay, I'm going to paint the outside of the wheels like I talked about with black, but I'm going to put painter's tape down the center of the wheel so that I'm not getting paint on the carpet. I'm going to take these black plugs off the bottom, and I'm going to put these rollers I had. I spray painted the edges black, and I'm going to stick them in there, but there's a little bit of play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some plastic down in the leg so that I'm not filling the whole leg, and I'm going to pack it in there, and I'm going to put some construction adhesive and let that sit overnight. But like I said, I'm going to pull these plugs out. And I've just got a pair of curved little pliers to get a hold of it from the inside because there's a hole in it. I'm going to put it in there and twist it around, and they're in pretty good. I'm going to measure the length and the width of the drawer, add a ½ inch, and then I'm going to miter the corners to fit in there correctly. And I'm going to make 2 for each drawer so that my seams aren't showing. And I'm also going to add a ribbon for all 4 corners so that it will hold the material upright. So I'm going to put it 20. By 25. I'm going to shut this off and I will come back. I'm going to cut them 20 by 25 and I'll show you what I've done before I sew them together. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not. Here's my center point. I measured out 7.5 inches on both sides because the bottom's 15 inches and 5 inches on each side because the sides are 10 inches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold. You want to have, if you've got a print, you want to fold to your pattern side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this at the 5-inch mark, and I'm going to finger press. And then I'm going to take this side, the 7.5 mark, and I'm also going to finger press that. You can also use an iron. I'm going to put a pin right here in this little corner. And I'm going to take my 2 lines there at the corner and I'm going to put them together. And that's where I will sew to make my corner. It's just really easy. You don't have to do much figuring. I got some wrinkles in my material, so I'm having a hard time seeing. And I would put a pin here, and I would just sew from here to here. And I do that on all 4 corners, and then you'll have your box. That's your square corner. And like I said, you want this to be, if you got a pattern, you want this to be your printed side. Alright, now I've got my seams. I know it's in white and you can't see it very well. I've got all my seams sewn on 2 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pinking shears and I'm going to cut off this extra corner, and that way it won't ravel. I don't imagine it makes too much difference since these probably won't be washed on a routine basis, but it just keeps them from raveling. Okay, I've got these all trimmed out. I'm going to put right sides to right sides. I want this one with the raw side out and this with the raw side in. So your 2 finished seams are together, and then we're going to sew around the top here. You'll pin your pieces of ribbon on the inside, so when you're sewing it, it'll be on the right side so you can use them to tie. Leave yourself about a 4 or 5 inch opening around the top. Don't sew it completely shut so you can turn it right side out, and then you can hand finish that small area with a whip stitch. So there you have it. I've lined the inside of the drawer. I've still got to press it and finish doing that hand stitching, but I think it turned out pretty well, and I will show you the whole project once it's completed. Okay, I'm done doing my 4-drawer little plastic storage bin, and I want to go through and I'll show you the before and the after and go through what I did. The top was the base of a podium, and I just added some wallpaper and painted around the edge and notched it out so it set on the top, because I want to use it where my sewing machine is so I can put implements in here. I made baskets so things didn't fall through. I added a little felt flower that had a twist tie on the front, and on the bottom I added the casters. This whole little drawer system cost me $3. I bought it at a yard sale. They had 5 on it and it came down to 3. The top was the base of a podium that I got for free. I decorated with some wallpaper I had, painted around the edge, some paint that I had, ribbon I had left over from other projects, as well as the material that lines the drawers. They were left over from some curtains I made. And the casters were also in a box of stuff from an auction. So for $3 I have a new storage unit for my sewing room. If you like these videos, be sure to subscribe, like and share, and add any comments you'd like below or any questions. See you next week.